I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chatroom with Max.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pay attention whenever you're
don't stop.
The primary sign, usually on an adult in a domestic violence situation, are bruises.
God gave him a talent. And the Bible says your gift will make a way for
When we sit there and we blame God for the things that are happening in our lives, no, God never told me to lay down with that man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chatroom with Max. It's been a wonderful week. It's been a lovely weekend, a traumatic week, a stressful week. It's been everything. Today we have a special guest who is returning to the show. She was here last week, and we had such a great conversation last week. So this week we're going to be talking about so many things in one. And I would want to introduce to you, first of all, before we begin or continue the show, the one and only Olivia. Everybody, welcome to the show. Olivia. How are you doing today?
I am good. Hi, good afternoon and good evening. If you're watching from Nigeria, everyone, how have you been? Hope you had a great Sunday. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, so how was your week, Olivia?
Quite stressful. Not gonna lie, quite stressful. Getting ready, preparation, and all that. But glad to be here.
Okay. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
So please, ladies and gentlemen, do well to share the link from wherever you're watching this. If you're watching this from Facebook, do well to share the link to your friends and families. If you're watching this from YouTube, please do well to share the link so that people will be able to join you. Okay. First of all, I want to thank you for your continuous patronage and in building this family of this we cannot do this without you. We can't do this without you. So if you're watching right now live, do well to let us know where you're watching from. Okay, let's know where you're watching from, your name, and we will definitely say hi to you. But in the meantime, like we always say, make sure you like where you're watching this from, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the notification tab so you know when we're on, and lastly, make sure you share because
share.
She's trying to do like some soft share. Well, yes, some soft couldn't make it to the show today, but it's all good. He's fine. So Olivia,
Yes.
we are going to be talking about an interesting topic today.
Okay.
We were supposed to talk about just one topic, but so many things happened during the week, and we're going to be talking about all those wonderful things that happened during the week. So please stay tuned as we talk about all these things, okay? So let's first of all begin with the least serious one, the one that is not that serious for now.
Okay.
So the question for everybody watching right now, question is, I was sent $1.2 million by my bank without asking for it, and now they want it back, claiming it was an accident. What should I do? So if you were accidentally sent $1.2 million by your bank, and your bank now says, oh, they want their money back, what would you do? Let's begin. Everybody watching right now, type in the comment section, your banco sent you $1.2 million. Down, 1.2 million straight. What would you do? Would you give them back the money? What would you do with the money? Type on the comment section so we can see your comments, okay? So what would you do, Olivia?
Well, I will give them the money back. Yes, I will. I'm a very good Christian and I'm not a thief. I will give them the money back. But of course, I'm very sure everybody will agree with me that giving back the money will be at my own leisure, at my own convenience.
Leisure and convenience.
Yes.
Explain.
Because since they mistakenly send me the money,
okay,
I, in return, will mistakenly forward the money to another account
okay,
and keep it there. And of course, if they call me and ask me for their money back, I'll be very, very generous and happy to pay them back. But of course, you know, I'll be paying them back $50 a month for as long as I finish paying. Take it or leave it.
I see that one there. I see that game. I see that.
I didn't ask for the money. They mistakenly sent me.
Okay,
so now
so
I'm
you-
gonna mistakenly,
You mistakenly pay them over time.
yes, over time, for as long as I believe I will live long enough to finish paying at $50 a month.
1.2 million. Okay, so guys, you were sent. Now, this is the question, okay? You were sent $1.2 million by your bank, and it was an accident. Now they want the money back, and they're asking you for the money. What would you do? Would you give them the money? Let's take some comments. Let's see who is watching. So we have Hula Taco. It said, I'll take it and run. The furthermore says, I'll change the world. Okay.
Nice.
And says,
Thank you.
okay, you take the money and run. Okay. He said, beautiful advice. So that's to you. You were giving
Thank
you were
you.
giving a beautiful
Thank you.
advice. Okay. So for me, what I would do with that money is very different. But first of all, before I talk about what I would do with the money, right? If you're just joining in, welcome. Please let us know where you're watching from. Tell us your name, and so we can say hi to you. We have a lot of people on right now. We're glad to have you on. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to the channel where you're watching from. Subscribe to the Facebook channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, it's gonna help us to bring good contents to you. So, obviously, according to the laws, right? If the bank does not ask you for that money in 3 days, you can hold. Let me first of all bring in someone that will shed more light on this. Ladies and gentlemen, join us, make welcome the one, the only Stanley, everybody.
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, and sorry for coming late.
Welcome
Thank
to the show. Welcome to the show. Your attire looks miraculous. It looks
I have to represent today.
looks honorable. Yes. So before you joined in, we asked a question, and we're talking about this particular situation where a lady was sent $1.2 million to a bank account. I think Phoenix, Arizona, or somewhere. She was sent $1.2 million in her account, and the bank later came after her saying, "Oh, we need that money back. You need to give us our money back." And she immediately, the money dropped into her account. She decided to transfer them into other accounts. She didn't leave them in that account, so they can't take it back. So allegedly refused to give them back the money, and then now she's they are coming after her with lawsuits, and her job actually let her go because of that. Yes, let her go because of that. Yes. So, Mr. Stanley, sir, if it was you just got bank alert, bim, $1.2 million. What would you do? Would you give the bank back their money? What would you do, sir?
I think there are laws around that, though, that because it could be considered a mistake. I've heard some stories about that, but what I will do personally, I will call the bank, notify them first.
Okay.
Is this a Christmas gift?
Yeah.
Or is it a mistake?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. If they say it's a gift, yeah, I'll take it. But if not, they can have it back.
Yeah.
And I'll let them think with their mind on what to do in terms of compensation. But either way, I would let them know that, hey,
Good child of God.
Yeah, Mr.
A
Stanley
good
is
child of God.
he's a great guy. He's better than me. He's better than me, because let me tell you what I'll do with the money. What I'll do with the money is simple, very, very simple. Okay. Mr. Stanley said he will call the bank. I will not call the bank. At least not at first. I won't call the bank. 1.2 million land inside my account. I won't call the bank. I will take that money and begin to invest in S&P 500, in different stocks.
Nice.
And crypto.
yeah.
When I invest in all those things, finish, then the bank come and say, "Oh, we want our money back." Giddy. I say, "Okay, give me a week or 2 weeks to get your money back for you." Before that 2 weeks reach, even if I get 10% of my money that I invested in all those things, that's a good amount of money to give them back their money and keep about $100,000. Because you have to think of the emotional trauma. You have to think of the emotional torture. It's traumatic.
Yes, very, very.
You were praying for that kind of money and boom, you just saw 1.2.
Showers of
You see?
praise the Lord. Showers of blessing.
But you can get it. Another way to go about it is get a lawyer who can negotiate for you, and you can use that emotional trauma part of it. The bank will compensate. I think it's an easier way than using the money.
You know, that thing can cause PTSD.
Oh yeah. And then you know deal with lawsuits and all of that will come after. You end up spending more money, but usually I think they compensate. They can be asked to compensate.
Yeah, but there's a lot of the law. Allegedly, the law is if there are some banks that if it takes up to 3 business days and they don't ask you for that money, it's yours.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
I like
In that case, then
I
will form deaf and dumb.
I love that law.
See, you just keep 1.5. You know what 1.5 would do for me in this time and age.
Yeah.
I will not buy car. I will not buy all those things. Just buy real estate, stocks.
I know.
Yeah.
Increase.
Yeah. So okay, moving on. Before we move on, I just want to say I can see everybody that is logged in right now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Can you please hit the like button, hit the share button, so we have more people in the house? Okay. Thank you. This is like really, really great. Thank you. We got you. Okay. So let's keep going. Moving on. Let's talk about this particular story that came up. This story is actually from Nigeria, and may his soul and the soul of others that passed away rest in peace. We want to talk about this story, but everything we're going to be saying right here is based on what we've heard on the internet, and it's the story of Junior Pope, the Nollywood actor. He was going for a video shoot, or he was coming back from a video shoot, and the boat that they were on collided with another boat, and then the boat capsized, and about 14 or 15 people on that boat allegedly, and 7 were rescued, about 4 or 5 died, with him involved. So may the soul of everybody that died rest in peace. But what we want to talk about today is the level of neglect, the level of illiteracy that happened during that event. And this is not just because it's a Nollywood actor. This is not just because it's just that event, but also because something that could have saved someone's life was missed, and people had to die when their lives could have been saved. So, first of all, what do you, what do you think about this particular story, about how it happened?
It's like I said earlier, it's been a long week because I've been following that news since it happened, and it was very sad.
Yeah.
Most importantly, because that guy could still be here. He could have survived, him and all the rest. At first I wasn't even aware that there were multiple people that passed on because of the situation.
Yep.
It's just something that as I was thinking about it, I remember, I think it was a few years ago, my baby brother had the same incident. I mean, he drowned in a pool. They got him out. But luckily, at his time, there was a lady that worked in a UCH, I believe, a hospital. And luckily for him, the lady was around in that hotel where the incident happened. She was the one that started the journey of taking him to the hospital. All the other guys there didn't know what to do, just like what happened with this guy. I saw the video on IG. I saw everybody just running around with phones, recording videos, just screaming. And before they even got people out of the water, there were people that were already proclaiming them dead.
Yep.
Nobody there was thinking first response. Nobody there was thinking CPR. I don't even think anybody there know how to do it, because if they do, there's no reason or those many people should be on that kind of boat with no life jacket in the first place. But that's neglect on their part. But now, after it happened, there was no one to do anything. Life-saving measurement was now taken at all. They were just running around. Frankly, I think people were more about getting the video of what's happening so they can post it on their, like, there was a guy that I actually wanted to like punch him through my screen because he declared John Pope dead like 5 times, even before he died. And it's just so sad. It's a very, very sad thing to happen to a father, a husband that could have, I mean,
it's Junior Pope.
It's, of course, he's a father and a husband to somebody. He has 3 little boys, and this is his career, something that he had passion for, and that same career couldn't even, like, it was just sad. It was just sad.
Well, I was pissed. I was angry all throughout the week because of that. Mr. Stanley, sir, what's your take on that story, sir? Sorry, you're muted. We can't hear you. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I think his network or something. So let's take this comment before he comes back in. Rachel says, very sad. Mistakes were made at every level.
Sorry about that,
Okay, his network is going in and out. So Rachel, can you list those mistakes that you saw that happened so people can learn from those things? Mr. Stanley, are you back, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry about that. My computer was just, this is one of those incidents that it's breathtaking and you're speechless.
Yeah.
And just don't know what to say or what it boggles the mind. You can see I'm struggling for words. It's been the same way since it happened. I was listening to a radio show in Nigeria the day it happened. And it came out as breaking news. And the presenter was like, "Oh, guys, hold on. I'm getting some videos. Hold on. And the first video that came out said, "Oh, he was dead." And I wasn't seeing it. It was the radio on my phone. And I could hear this guy. I guess that's who our other panelist here was referring to, saying that, "Oh, look at him. He's dead. He's dead." I'm like, wait, is it saying that is the guy on the ground? And they are looking. It wasn't until I saw the real video on the computer that I shook my head that our country is like centuries behind.
Yeah.
Our people have lost their humanity.
Yep.
People dying doesn't mean anything to the average Nigerian. And to add to what our sister here just said, to see people bring out their cell phones and take pictures at a man dying or people dying. We've seen too many of these. Rather than act to respond, they stood there to take pictures. So here is where I agree, and I'll divide a little bit for 10 seconds. Here's where I agree with, I think is this chief of staff at the Aso Rock, whatever it is. Ajabia Mila is his name, I guess, that said social media should be regulated. This is where I agree with him, that this needs to be regulated, because if the people are not thinking of catching that moment and then putting it on the internet so they get views and money or whatever it is that they're looking for, this kind of things will not happen. Having said that, there's a lot of education that needs to be made.
Oh God, yes.
People, a lot. We have a long way to go. Yeah. The minds of the people need to be re-engineered somehow and bring it back to consciousness so that we can start thinking life first before anything else.
True.
Other than that, it is painful. I mean, to see the guy record his last moments on the boat. It's crazy. There's been so many stories that has gone through. There is one, the latest one I heard today on the show I was listening to. They said they gave him a life jacket,
And
but
he refused.
he refused. So because it was dirty. So it's just kind of difficult to figure these things out. But lastly, I will end with this. The government needs to do something about this. They need to regulate these industries. They need to regulate them. They need to have policies. They need to have procedures. They need to have protocols in place before these kind of things are done, because it's too risky. There's been too many lives lost. This is water. There is road. There is air. There's so many are not regulated. So speaking from the standpoint of education, I think there's a lot that we need to do. And lastly, she mentioned CPR. Do you know that nobody knows what that is in Nigeria? They can't do it. It's a life-saving event. To between bringing him out of the water and taking him to an herbal, that one just killed me.
Yo, my brother, man, my brother. When I went, now herbalist, waited and say they carry a go hospital.
I just couldn't believe it. Who was that person?
Herbalist will tell you to take somebody to
Who brought that idea?
It was that guy that declared him dead first.
So they need to hold them responsible.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that need to be held responsible.
Yes.
It cannot just be swept under the carpet and leave it and move on.
I agree with you.
And I'll say more as we go on.
Okay, let's take this comment as before I say anything. Rachel says, first mistake was people agreeing to get on a boat without life jacket because of a job. Safety first. He felt it somehow, but ignored that instinctive warning. Yes. So this is what I think, right? A lot of people have a hand in this or role to play to the death of these few people. I was talking with Dr. Tolu before we started the show. And we were like, can you imagine that they did not even know the name of the makeup artist? You hire somebody, you don't know the name of the makeup artist. You don't know the name of the two sound guys. You are calling them sound guys that are still under the water. You don't know their names. Boat that was meant to carry only 7 people, you carry 15.
Jesus Christ.
Inside. And then the guy was busy shouting, hey, slow down, now only me, my mama born, my children, and me go take care of my children. And the boat guy was still going with his eyeglass and was enjoying the ride. Now, based on the story, by the time they realized that there was a canoe in sight, they were already close. And to navigate was difficult. So the canoe guy jumped out of his canoe into the water. The boat hit the canoe and capsized. If you don't know how to swim, what the heck are you doing without a life jacket on not just on a small river, on that kind of a large river? What are you doing there? So the level of ignorance is very high. In fact, to the point both of you made, I think what we're going to do one of these days is to organize a CPR training class, where the show will be about a CPR training class. The dummy will be here, will teach, people will be taught how to do CPR. Because I have watched a Nollywood movie, and this patient was dying, and the patient was like this, and the thing was going, Tee! Doctor was like, move, start CPR. And then guess where they were doing CPR? The doctor carry hand and put in the belly. 1, 2, 3. Then I thought you want to make it purge. Now thought you want to make it purge. Come on now.
Don't even get me started.
It's so annoying. So annoying to see ignorance thrive. Now, they brought the guy out of the water. Obviously spent a lot of time in the water. They brought him out of the water. Guess what they did next? They sat him down. People surrounded, and they are fanning him. You are fanning him for what? For water to come out with the fan?
He's hot.
Or he's hot. He's hot. Everybody is so fast to want to be a journalist,
Yeah.
a live recording journalist. Something happened. Boom.
Yeah.
Although yesterday, me, I will not lie. Yesterday, when we went somewhere, I saw two men, one old man, one other young man. They were doing hand like this, ready to fight. I'm gonna beat you, man. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. Hey, man, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna whoop you. Hey. I was standing there.
That's fun.
Somebody was there trying to stop them. I mean, I said, let me try what these people are doing. Let me see what they're enjoying.
Well, that's a different case, though. That's a different case. Two grown men fighting. That's different.
Yeah, it's very, very different. Now, the thing with this particular case is the fact that they surrounded the guy, not even space to breathe. Let him breathe. No space to breathe. This guy literally fought for his life.
Yes.
Literally held on.
Yes.
To save him.
Yes.
But I guess everybody was so ignorant to save him. The guy came out. You took him straight to the mortuary. The mortician had to tell you, he never died. He's still alive. Take him to go and do sacrifice.
Yeah.
So his spirit could come back. They now took him to where to go and do the sacrifice.
Beside the river. Another water.
And the man in charge said, no, take him to the hospital for oxygen. I'm very sure. You see that native doctor they took him to? He's a smart man. He's a smart guy. Because he knew that this guy no go die for my shrine. He no go spoil market for me. So move and go hospital.
True.
Because there are still sign of life.
True.
So at what point will the ignorance stop? At what point? Let's take some comments. Rachel furthermore says, also, people need to understand that there are terrestrial powers, whether you're a Christian or not. Somehow, someone was on the boat ringing bell. He already offered a sacrifice of Fanta to the waters. Yeah. There was so much distraction on for that guy riding the boat. Everyone was in front of him making videos, standing up. He was obviously distracted. This point, actually, yeah, it makes sense. Because if everybody, so he was all the way at the back, right? So with him being all the way to the back, everybody was standing in front. It wasn't as if he was on a high podium, like, you know, those cruise boats where the captain is on top. So he was all the way to the back on the lowest point of the boat, and he couldn't see what was at the front. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, that was part of the problem.
But you know where the guy was saying slow down? Couldn't he have at least even the level of the impact, even if he hit the boat still, would not have been as devastating as this. The speed was obviously too much from what we saw, that the captain of the boat should have at least heeded to the call to slow down. If he had slowed down, it would not have been this bad.
So when he was saying slow down, I believe the guy slowed down, because when the guy slowed down, he said, "Hey."
Well,
you understand? So yes, if the boat wasn't going that fast, but how slow can a boat be going on such big water?
So okay, my question to the guy is this, and this is all I guess should be part of learning moments for those who are operating boats and those who get on boats. If the guy knows that his vision is blocked, shouldn't he at that point slow his boat down and say, "Hey, everybody there, come back. I need to see the front." Stop the boat, or reduce your speed and say, "Guys, sit down. I need to see where we are going to. Is important." That would have helped. So if you're on a boat and the guy can't see where he's going, in fact, ask him. If he can't see it, let everybody who is in front
Sit down.
Yeah, so he can. It's a life-saving moment. And you're right. I think I heard that thing that the guy even made a video that when he got on the boat, he before he got in, he bought a bottle of Fanta, poured it in, and they asked him, "What is this for?" He said, "Oh, you're supposed to pour libation to the water and the gods that are there." And guess what? He came out. He made it out of the accident. And guess what he said? That he has never been on a swimming pool.
Yeah, he said he doesn't know how to swim.
So how did he make it out? Is it the libation he poured?
Like Fanta.
It's because I was listening to the guy. I was like, okay, you don't know how to swim, but you made it out. How did you make it out?
Yeah.
The rest of them could not. It's just there are so many parts to this thing to think about. And I'm not trying to think in the direction of those who are mentioning sacrifice, and all of that stuff. But I'm trying to just think literally looking at the videos, the evidence that what could have been done differently and how could this have been avoided.
It's just so sad.
Very sad.
So sad. In the first place, I believe people have learned their lesson, because after this, anywhere people are going, they'll carry life jackets. And they will put it on. As long as they're climbing. There's one woman, and she was so into it that she carried her own life jacket and wrap her head with it. But may the soul of Junior Pope and the rest that died rest in peace. Please, let's take this as a teachable moment. Not everything is camera. Not everything. We should be educated. We should even as a movie set, there's supposed to be a medic on board.
So
there's supposed to be a medical person on board.
That's what we're saying, that in Nigeria today, if you have a couple of change in your pocket, you can produce a movie. You can be the executive producer. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's whoever finances the project.
Yeah.
So they don't know who's managing, who's like you mentioned, medic and all of that, even security, police, everybody that should be around. I was driving down the street the first time that I saw a movie set. The roads or the streets were blocked. Believe you me, like 2 cops at the end of the street, 2 on the other side. It was one of these big movies. 2 ambulances parked at 2 different locations. They created detours for us. So these are the things that should be implemented. And that's why I say the government needs to be involved. There needs to be a Senate committee and the, what do you call them? Actors Guild of Nigeria, or whatever they call them.
AGN something.
They need to be summoned. They need to be summoned. And moving forward, before any movie is produced, they need to vet it and approve it. You need to have all the basics in place. If you don't have it, that movie set or movie should not be approved for production. And if they produce it without all of these conditions met, they should not allow you to sell in the market. Some strict rules should be put in place to save lives, because these are kind of careless mistakes that result to death, and they are avoidable, actually, if you think about it.
Yep. And I think instead of all these TikTok dancing, Instagram dance, Instagram this, why don't we do a challenge on CPR? Let's do a challenge on CPR, how to do the best CPR, so that we will see who can actually do the best CPR. Because someday, you never can tell, that might actually save someone close to you's life, or even your own life. Why don't we think about things like that, instead of going ahead to just be dancing and be carrying camera and be recording every single thing? Come on, people.
That's a great challenge that you put out there. I think it's something that, and what you said in the beginning is true, and I think you should do it. Or we should find a way to do. You are there in the field. Put a video out and let's make it a teachable moment one of these days, so that people can learn from it. And the other part to it is this. I know here in the US they teach it almost every job you do.
Every job you go,
and be certified in it if you're a provider, right? Nurse, CNAs, whatever it is, doctors, you have to be certified. For those who want to think about it, those in the West, that are certified and well trained like yourself, can open an institution in Nigeria, a small class, and train people for a small fee and get them certified so that we can have a lot of people who really know how to do it. And not that one you saw that was pumping stomach. And if you don't teach it correctly, you'll be surprised that rather than putting pressure on the right places, they put that out on the movie and sold it to the market.
My brother, a doctor wanted to listen with a stethoscope to the patient's blood. This thing, you know where they went to put the stethoscope? On the elbow. Hey God,
it's funny, but it's also not funny because this is not only happening in their movies that we're watching. It's happening every day. You go to the hospital, the nurse attending to you is putting needle in the wrong parts of your vein. They're injecting you and you're losing your leg. You're losing part because of their negligence. It's one thing to train them on how to do CPR properly. But are they going to stick to it? Are they even going to have the chance to do it? Are they going to remember? Like, I mean, I'm up for going there and setting up a clinic and training people and all that. Let's pray and hope that the office doesn't get loot and then you lose all your dummies because of people that are now happy that there are dummies for some reason. But after you have, after you've done the class and they're certified, like if all these other problems surrounding it are not taken care of, it's still not going to happen. Because I was thinking about something when I was watching the guy sitting down and they were fanning him. The first thing that came to my head was, okay, if CPR was done at this moment,
the water would have
come out of his lungs.
My second question was, even if there's anyone there that knows how to do CPR, there's no chance for this person to get to the
have
patient
people surrounding
because
him
there's like 50
with
people
cameras
trying to go on IG live when this guy is fighting for his life. And I don't even want to go back to the whole we are taking him to the river to go do this thing because that guy should be arrested. Because I think he had I'm gonna say maybe should I use allegedly? He probably allegedly had it in for John Pope, Junior Pope, because that guy, he was just come on now. Abolitionist. What is this? Nigeria needs to do better. The whole country. AGN. I saw 2 videos on TikTok about 2 different actors tearing apart their AGN certificate, saying they are done because so many of them are dying. Like you don't even know what's going on. They are dying one after the other. They are not taking care of them.
This year.
The AGN is just collecting the fee from them and not providing any form of support. Actually, you can just sit down, write story, gather a bunch of people. Like for crying out loud.
At this point, I won't blame the AGN. I won't blame the Actors Guild of Nigeria totally. But let's take some comments before we continue. Rachel says, let's begin from here. Now let's say that God granted the Pope guy his prayers, but humans again messed it up. They did the most important thing last, which is taking him to the hospital. Of course. So let's go to the next comment. She furthermore says CPR training and certification should be part of the educational curriculum, in my opinion. Yes, I agree.
That's true.
She furthermore says medics need to be present when shooting movies, especially in dangerous settings. Yes. Ngozi's in the house. She says we need ambulances, first aid responders, and nurses. Yes, I agree. Rachel says he was taken to the hospital and the first hospital didn't have oxygen. Now, that's the system failing him. Our hospitals need to be more equipped to handle emergencies. Yes, I agree. Ngozi says, big opportunity for who get government contracts. She furthermore says, we need to keep exposing our people until they get it. True.
That's true.
Ngozi says, I agree on the need for extensive CPR training, Rachel. And then Jessica is in. She said, good evening, USA. Jessie Wealth watching from Nigeria. Happy Sunday, family. Yes, Jessica, do you know how to do CPR? No, she's in Nigeria. And she says that they have not told us what killed that guy. But if you check very well, he was not in that boat. I don't understand. How was he not in the boat? Explain. So, for CPR certifications and all that. So for the certification, I don't even care about them being certified. Don't be certified, but know how to do it.
Yes. That's
If
very important.
everybody would, instead of watching a dance video on TikTok, watch a CPR demonstration video to at least know where to put your hand, know how deep you're supposed to push, and know how to position your hand to push effectively. That's all.
Really easy. And Nigerians, we are smart people. We are smart people. You all can do this. You can learn. It's not very hard. I mean, for crying out loud, if you can figure out how to make fufu with carrots, come on.
Then they make fufu with carrots.
You
There's
are not
carrot
saying
fufu
it.
Are you serious?
Carrot fufu.
I am telling you, there's carrot fufu, cabbage fufu.
We are going vegetarian.
Tiger nut fufu. Like seriously, there's a bunch of fufu out there. It's annoying. If you guys can learn how to be creative in this way, you can learn how to save your neighbor's life. It's not difficult to do it, and it doesn't take your time. You can go back to whatever else you want to do, but just take that few minutes to help a brother out, help a sister out. You know, the system is going to continue failing us. We have to help ourselves. I mean, the oxygen matter you just mentioned is it's very sad. I remember I know an auntie that lost her husband. This was not just an ordinary man. He was a politician. He left the United States to go to Benin and do some political meeting, and he slumped, and they took him to the hospital. The hospital was looking for oxygen tank until he died on the table. This is someone that was in the house, like a politician for that matter. So it's not just the little men. It's not just the small men. Everybody is facing this. Let's fight for ourselves before we start to hold the system accountable. How can you get to the hospital when there's no oxygen?
So if you're saying we should fight for ourselves now, that means everybody should go and be buying portable oxygen and put it in their pocket.
The same way you have a fire extinguisher in your car,
you should have oxygen.
If you have, please, if you know you have a medical issue,
that can push you to that. In America, Augusta Lee, do you have fire extinguisher in your car? Me, I don't do.
No, I don't. No.
Because when you call 911,
America, though, we're talking about in a country where they call an ambulance and there's so many market people on the road, the truck can get by, or the truck gets by, but there's no water. I've seen so many situations.
Go fetch water.
Take your shoes market or which market just burned down. During this week, the truck came, but absence of water.
Wow.
So they were looking for wells. Like, seriously, how can you not fight for yourself when you know that the system is this corrupt and this bad?
Wow.
But you see, this is why I say the government comes in terms of regulations. A lot of things need to be readdressed in Nigeria to get us forward. Because how don't they in America here? There's what they call JCO. They come around and inspect every year.
You fail, they shut you down.
They shut you down. There's no two ways about it. And before you can come back up, there is you will do this. Next time you will know how to be compliant.
He said this. They will not only do that, they will do this joint.
But that's America, though. Nigeria doesn't have.
Why do we have clinics or hospitals that don't have oxygen?
You have oxygen. You're going to borrow oxygen from your next door hospital.
Next door neighbor.
Well, I wouldn't blame them. You know, well, this is on a lighter note. Was it not the other day in Asoro? Said the clinic in Asoro doesn't have Fensic or Panadol.
They have to.
The Asoro for crying out.
You heard that story, right?
You know how much they put inside that thing?
Yes. Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying. People need to start looking out for each other. Even if the Aso Rock is lacking paracetamol, please have your own pharmacy in your trunk.
Okay, let's take some comments. Okay. Let's go from where did we stop? Okay, let's go from here. Jacinta says, "Nope, sir. I don't know how to do CPR." Okay, good. Thank you for your honesty. Frances Sojo is in the house. She said hello. She's laughing. Jacinta says, "In Nigeria, the only thing that is normal here is to hold phone and video. We are all guilty. We are all guilty of this in my country. No training on how to do CPR." Rachel says, "In Nigeria, they just settle themselves out of it with money."
Yes,
very true. So this is what I want to add, right? What I want to add is this. It's important that you know some certain things. Very, very important. I call it unnecessary debt. Some unnecessary debt that we have, some unnecessary losses that we have could have been avoided. Could have been. And by the way, CPR nowadays, you don't even have to administer breath mouth to mouth anymore. Because the most important thing is the chest compressions. You want to keep the heart pumping. You want to keep the blood going around. With blood going around, oxygen flows around.
Yeah.
So you check, make sure there is no obstruction, and then you begin CPR. Make sure the area is safe and all that. So what we're going to do in chat room one of these days is we're going to host a show where we're going to bring a certified CPR trainer. They'll come in with the dummy and they will teach everybody how to do CPR. We're going to announce it months before so that you guys will invite all your friends and family, loved ones, even your dogs, your cat, because trust me, dog too can do CPR. They'll just jump and land on your chest. Bring everybody to come and learn how to do these things. It's very, very, very important. Please. Rachel says, okay, we've read this. Jacinta says, hospitals in Nigeria does not have medicine inside to sell whenever you go to the hospital. They would send you outside to go and buy your medication, including drip.
Yes.
Then
true.
why are they called a hospital?
That is very true.
Why are they called a hospital?
That's true. I have witnessed that multiple times.
Oh God. So wow, Ngozi sent us $20. Thank you very much. Ngozi,
thank you
super
very
sticker.
Much.
Woo, woo. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, see, with monies like this coming in now, we can get the money to train people in first aid and CPR. We'll pay people that will come in and Thank you very much, Ngozi. Thank you for your support. So yes, it's very important, please. So before we run away from this story, before we finish or wrap up this story, I want to send my condolences to the family of Junior Pope, his wife and his children, and all his family members, and the families of other people that lost their lives, because this is a loss, tragic loss.
Yes.
Promising people with bright futures just cut short because of negligence, ignorance, and intellectual
dumbness.
Instead of dumbness, intellectual what's this word again?
Which word?
Illiteracy. Intellectual illiteracy. Come on, people.
That's
come
a
on.
Fancy way of saying it.
We should do better. We should. To Stanley's point about regulating social media, I don't want it to get to that point where the government have to come in and tell you what to do with your social media account, because when it is already getting to that point. If things like this will be happening, you guys, all you do is, oh my God, Junior Bob is dead, Junior Bob is dead, see water, and you are standing there, see water. Come on now, really? When you could have done something about it?
Yeah.
Or move out of the way, let people that can do something about it do something. So sad. Jacinta says, the river is asking the family to pay 50 million. River don't kill them. He's asking to pay. Let me not comment.
Would they come back to life if they pay that money?
Good question.
Or that's just the river asking so it doesn't take more life.
Good
we
question.
Need more follow-up on that.
Yeah, Richard says, may the Lord be with the families of the grieving right now. So sad. Yes. Yes, very, very sad. Okay. So now, next story that we're supposed to talk about real quick before we call it a wrap. Yes, this finally occurred where Bobrisky was arrested. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why?
We're supposed
Why are we
we're
going
supposed to
from
talk about
Nigerian dominance
everything.
to-
No, you will see why I'm bringing this up. You see why I'm
Okay.
bringing this up.
All right.
We're supposed to talk about everything. I'm sorry. So Bobrisky was arrested because he was spraying naira notes. He was, they called it abuse of the naira. He was spraying and going and spraying and joining in a party, and he was arrested. And allegedly, at this point, should I even call it allegedly, because it's a news that we all know. He's in prison. He has been sent to prison for 6 months. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this arrest was needed? Do you think this is actually because he was wasting the naira note? She was wasting the naira note? What are your thoughts on this?
Oh my God.
Who wants to go first?
Well,
All of you watching from home, let us know your thoughts. Do you think Bobrisky deserved to be arrested in the first place for abusing the Nigerian currency, if that's the reason why they jailed him? What are your thoughts? So let's go.
well, on that,
Mhm.
I actually do not think he was arrested just because of what he told us.
Okay.
Because Bobrisky is not the first person to abuse the naira notes when it comes to people doing Owambe. I have seen parties that they turn the floor, money is actually on the floor like carpets, and people are just dancing and just using broom and paka. Like, I've seen that so many times on Instagram. That's one. And secondly, this Bobrisky of a person has actually done a lot of questionable acts on IG that they could have picked him up for. Why this naira whatever they just picked him up for, just to send him to jail for 6 months? I think something is afoot on that. I don't know what it is, but I don't think what they are telling us is true, because I mean, this woman has I don't know what adjective she is. He has videos of him, doing things on social media for all kids to watch. He's been doing a lot of things that could have made him pick him up long time ago. Like EFCC, why now? And why this particular party that he went to? He's gone to a lot of parties. He always sprays money. And he wasn't the only one at that party spraying money. They've done party after that with people still spraying money. Why was it the only one that was picked up? I don't know. Something is afoot.
So I believe you don't pretty much you don't believe
I
that
don't.
arrest is.
Yes, I don't think that arrest is genuine.
Mr. Stanley, sir, let's hear from you.
Well, apparently, I agree with her. It's apparent that the arrest is not based on that naira thing, because was it 4 days ago? A couple of videos were making rounds on social media showing Tinubu himself throwing naira notes up and down. All those of it. His daughter, the same thing. And I think there's another, is it a senator or House of Rep member? The videos are flying all over the internet with them throwing money up and down. So why would that be the reason why Bobrisky was arrested? I think it's something beyond that. They have not told us yet. They will tell us. Now, is it good to throw the naira that way? In my opinion, no, because it's a national symbol. That's what represents your country, currency-wise, that you use on your daily transaction. There was a party here in Atlanta a couple of years back, a Nigerian get-together, a big one. For some reason, they had police come provide security. And as usual, in the tradition of Nigerians at parties, they started throwing money. Believe you me, the police walked in, saw what was going on, and was like, "What are you guys doing?" And it's like, everybody's like, "What is this?" Said, Is that the dollar you're throwing about? And on the floor, he called backup and they shut the party down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, they shut it down.
Huh.
So personally, I think it's a national.
Wow.
It
This
represents
is very
us.
interesting. Oh.
Yeah, we shouldn't degrade it that much. And there are laws also.
Very right.
Yep.
Can I almost like this?
Nigerians love to make it rain. Come on.
Yeah.
But let's make it rain.
But there are laws around it. There are laws around it. I think in the CBN Act, there is a part of it that speaks against such. What's the word? What's the word they use against Bobrisky?
Naira mutilation.
Mutilation, yes.
Mutilation of the naira.
Yeah, there shall be no mutilation of the naira and all that. But look at it. So, and I hope Bobrisky's attorney get to see this video if they've not or watched this show.
Can appeal the case.
So the case can be appealed. You know why? Because in that law, the word they used is not what they are killing Bobrisky for. They use the word spray. Well, if you go back and look at the definition of mutilation, not what Bobrisky did. If you look at the word spraying in that act, it's not what he did. Match. In the law, it says match, M-A-T-C-H. That's the wrong word.
Oh, yeah.
Action. So the attorneys for Bobrisky can go back and challenge the conviction if they want to. But I don't think it's ideal. It's a Nigerian thing. They've been doing it for donkey years. But do we accept it or deny it? I think that's for the government to decide, if they want to permit it or not. So I think it's beyond the Naira thing. Like she rightly said, our guest here. Bobrisky was not the only one that did it on that video.
Not the only one. No.
The others, why didn't they arrest them? It's beyond that stuff here.
Yeah, let's take some comments real quick before we continue. Rachel says, "A whole mummy of Lagos in prison." LOL.
I know. Mummy of Lagos.
Ngozi says, "That's definitely not the reason." Of course. Ngozi Foramo says, "Nigeria is a country where you can pay to imprison a person, whether they are guilty
or not.
Someone with money wants to teach him a lesson."
I thought about that.
Okay. Allegedly. Guilty or not? Okay, she corrected herself. Rachel says, "I think it's really unfair. Bobo is being treated this way for a whole different reason. They don't want to say the exact reason as not to raise eyebrows and lose business with the US and others."
That's true.
Okay. Jacinta says, "But we see how this naira is being stepped on it's being stepped on by some persons. How can Bob's own now be different?" Ngozi says, "Spraying money is part of our culture."
Yes, no? Spraying money is part of our culture. Come on.
Jacinta says, "Our campaign now is Bobrisky should go back to brotherhood. We must not see him as a woman again."
Oh my God.
Well, so this is what I think, right? This is what I think. I think there is more to this than that meets the eye. Because Bobrisky's lawyer could have fought for him not to go to jail because of, and even the way he was spraying that money, he was gentle about it. Did you guys watch the video of when he was spraying that money? He was gentle. He was going like a mummy of Lagos.
She sprayed with style.
Don't confuse
I don't know what to
okay. Spraying with style, But I'm very, very sure, allegedly, that there is more to this, because if it was just that, there will be serious fight. People will fight to get him. Like, his lawyers will fight to do everything they can, but it was just too easy. It's either that prison Wayne allegedly is not in that prison, or it's either there's a deal that was made, or it's either someone wants to teach him a lesson, or it's either it was done to calm some nerves that has been misfiring, or is misfiring at the moment. There's always a reason for everything, but for the dollar, for just spraying money, nah, that's ridiculous.
Let me add this one to your list, Max. And please don't quote me on this. So yes, I'm going to throw. I'm going to throw the word allegedly.
That is the word. That has been the word for the month.
That's the word for the decade now. Let's throw it in here. So could this be a reprisal action against Bobrisky for winning or being awarded that title of best lady? And whoever it is that thought they should have gotten the title, could it be that person that is?
I don't think
allegedly.
I don't actually think
Allegedly.
that was just a stunt. That was a stunt. That was a stunt. They planned that out to happen that way.
Were you there? Is it alleged? You have to put it allegedly. As long as you're not there to witness it.
That was what happened with that. But the thing is, I think that movie premiere created some negative buzz involving Bobrisky, and that's what resulted in him being picking up. And
because when
the case was settled very fast.
When Bobrisky was going to court, everything changed. It became Ibrahim.
Oh my God! There's a bunch of pictures online.
People were looking for the front and looking for the back, and they
having a mustache.
You know, there are people who are pushing, advocating for Bobrisky's right to be allowed to dress the way he wants to and carry his boobs and fake behind with him to jail. That why would they let him go to court?
Which jail did he go to? Did they announce the jail he went to?
No, they didn't announce it. Well, I think they said in Ikoyi, somewhere in Ikoyi there.
Will it be in the men's?
No, they didn't tell. The guy was saying, I think it was the correctional officer was saying, that would be a tough decision for them to make. They don't know where to put it, but they will see.
They just put him in a hotel.
I heard this story allegedly, though. For people like this, they usually don't put them in prison. They take them to a nice, fine apartment somewhere and just keep them there. While the public think they are in jail, but they are somewhere cooling off.
Cooling off.
Yeah.
After 6 months, you
Mommy
come
of
out.
Lagos is probably in Dubai somewhere, chilling.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Nigerian government. So come and carry.
So let's take these comments. Let's take these comments real quick. Ngozi says, yes, but did you see his posture? Rachel says, very classy, self. Ngozi says, check the video well. Coded style. Okay. Jacinta says, fact is different from the truth sometimes. Something could be fact but not the truth. But the truth and the fact that Bob needed to be arrested with or without a reason. So far he cross-carpeted from brotherhood to sisterhood. I don't understand this fact and not fact, and it's not a fact, it's a fact. Let's hear the fact. If you want to say fact allegedly. Rachel says, then they go prison with designer suitcase. With the designer suitcase. Baba went in style. Anyway, so he went to prison with designer suitcase.
I saw the video of him. He packed his 2 luggage with him when he was.
So people carry luggage when going to prison.
That's the first time. I'm hearing that for the first time.
Yeah, I saw that. There's the
they usually don't let you take nothing.
Yeah, the video pop up online with the people escorting him, and he was wearing the black jalamiya that he had on with black staff with 2 luggage.
Oh shit!
So it was probably,
She says, anyways, we know prison can be anywhere, be. As long as you are away, as you're away from the general public. That's true. As long as they are not posting, they are not seeing you, you are just there. It's prison.
Yeah.
It's prison. Ngozi says he admitted he was a man in court too. Oh, really?
Yeah, he did.
Well,
Of course, he had to. He had to. Jacinta says the judge asked him if he is he or her. Then what did he say? Rachel says, okay, she corrected herself. Jacinta Forma says she was sent to the court she was sent to the court to the prison as Idris, not Bobrisky. Okay. 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 Well, ladies and gentlemen,
but risky.
it's been fun.
Bob is risky.
Bob is risky. But definitely.
Oh
It's been super fun. Thank you very much for joining us on today's broadcast. It was nice. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Stanley, thank you very much. We always appreciate you. Thank you for being on today. Olivia, thank you very much.
Where is Sam? Where did Sam go today?
Oh, Sam had an engagement to attend to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. He knows how to do CPR already. Yeah. So yes, we will keep you posted on the CPR class that we're going to be hosting, because people need to learn these things. So we'll keep you posted. We're gonna organize a CPR class. We'll let you know the date, the time, and then we'll go with that, because it's important that you know how to do CPR, so that in case something happens, someone slumps, like a party I was watching some years ago, when one guy was dancing in a party and then he fell and collapsed, and people thought he was acting.
Oh.
And that's how, boom, the guy ended up dying. So it's important that you learn all these things. You don't have to be in the medical field to be able to know how to do CPR. It's a life-saving skill. It could save someone else's life. It could even save your own life, because just by teaching someone next to you how to do CPR, if anything happens, the person goes and starts CPR on you until they get you to the hospital or something. Hospital again, no can get oxygen, then there's problem.
Yeah.
But please, we need to do better as a country in Nigeria. We need to do better. How would someone goes to the hospital, there's no oxygen, you're going to go and borrow oxygen from the next door neighbor. Or fire service come, there is no water in your fire tanker.
In the truck. They are looking for
no water. You are looking for well to go and fetch water from it. It's not good. All these things are not good. Now you get to wonder now. You see the fire truck. It's no longer called the fire. It's a water truck, because it's supposed to be water inside, not fire.
That's a topic for another day.
See? So yes, we're good. Please and please, thank you very much. Wow. People don't want to go. We still have a lot of people on. Join us same time, same place next week as we talk about another interesting topic. Oh my God. Thank you. Before we go, I'm so sorry. Living's Kitchen is having an event here in Boston.
Yes.
Can you go ahead and tell them about this event, Living's Kitchen?
Yes, it is called Old School Nights. It's finally happening. It's this Saturday in Randolph. The address, all the information is on the flyer. Please come true. Like I said last week, there's going to be so much enjoyment, so much food to eat, drinks to drink, and I'm making sure that I have enough for my people that don't drink alcohol. Like I said last week, you are going to have a lot of Zobo to drink.
Zobo.
So so please come through. We're starting at 7 p.m.
Yes.
7 p.m. And it's going to be fun. Come
7 p.m. till when? Till when Mama call?
Yes.
Until the food finish.
Until everything is done. We check the cooler, we check the no food, no drinks, then we can announce everybody to go home. But come ready to have fun. And if you're too tired afterwards, come to my house and sleep till the next day. Okay.
Mr. Stanley, wanted to say something?
I wanted to say this is not fair,
What, you can fly in? You can actually fly in.
What state is it?
I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's in Atlanta.
Well, it's just 2-hour flights,
Yeah, fly in. Old school night.
Yes,
I know, right?
In February, you had better and your to pay that Rachel offered to sell for the men that needed last week.
It's a good thing I have here, so I don't need to pay. I don't need to pay, right?
Yes, please come out, come have fun, and maybe next year we'll come host it in Atlanta. Just
Please do, please.
Yeah,
do.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, don't
We
worry.
we don't run away from
Your
food.
way.
When we hear rice and stew very plenty, we are there.
Yes,
Straight up,
yes,
straight
and
up.
rice and stew is going to be very, very plenty.
There you
on
go.
Saturday.
There you go.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, old school night on the 20th of this month,
Yes.
7 p.m. The flyer is right there. Take a screenshot of the flyer. You can bring your loved one. You can bring your family member to it. Come plenty. You will enjoy plenty. There's a lot of
bring
food.
your enemies, not
Bring
even
your
just
enemies,
your loved ones,
yes.
'cause your enemy might.
But make sure your
become
enemy is
loved
not
one
sitting next to you.
after they eat the food.
Make sure your enemy is not sitting next to you so they don't do this.
So they don't sprinkle your food.
Sprinkle.
we know CPR, we know first aid, we know everything. AED, everything is available. So if you
Even
eat and
AIDS.
collapse, we resurrect you. Don't worry.
So before we go, what's your opinion on this trending thing right now with guys? I don't know if you guys have heard it.
What is that?
It's called drizzle.
What's that?
Drizzle. Guys have now decided that we are now living in the soft guy era.
Which nonsense is that?
What's
Soft
that?
guy. You see?
What soft guy era?
What soft guy era?
Soft guy era is the era where we want everything that women used to do, that men used to do for women. Men now want it to be done for them.
Things like what?
Like opening the door. When we get out of the car, you ladies will open the door for us to come out. When we get to the gas station, you ladies will pump the gas. You people will drive, you pump the gas.
Okay.
When we go to eat in a restaurant, you ladies will pay for it. You pay for our bills, you give us monthly allowance.
Okay.
That is the movement now.
That's the movement now.
That is the soft guy era movement.
Where is this one coming from?
I'll let Mr. Stanley
Where is it
go
coming
first.
from? It's coming from the world of TikTok.
That's crazy.
It is a trend right now, and guys are jumping on it. When I say jumping, I mean guys are a lot of guys are doing it now. So let me just let our technician do something and
let me see.
Yeah.
So y'all, now here are the 3 official rules for soft guy summer. Number 1, she gotta make at least 100K. If she doesn't even make that, dude, she's not even trying. Okay, don't waste your time. Tell her to just keep walking and get her bag up. Number 2, she must give you a weekly allowance. Mine is $1,000. If you want all this goodness, you know what I mean? A king needs his upkeep.
Yep.
That's it. Less than that, dude, she's not even trying, like I said. Number 3, she must address you as king, as the royalty that you are.
Yes.
It's 2024, man. We're not dealing with these broke little girls anymore.
No,
We're being
no.
serious. Now, what did I miss for part 2?
Okay. So that is one of our advocates of the soft guy era movement. Hold on. I never finish. There's still Stanley, do you have anything to add? This is why you're looking like that.
Let me just say, pot belly guys, please.
You're still in the hard guy movement.
Oh my word.
No, because it's something that is actually going really viral now, and a lot of people, a lot of guys are already jumping on it. It's something that is really going very far.
I'm curious to know what the ladies' reactions are to this.
Oh, ladies' reaction. Let's see what the ladies' reaction is on the soft guy eras. The ladies actually are jumping on it too. Some agree, some do not, because it's kind of how would I put it now?
Feeling.
It's a mixed feeling kind of thing. It's a mixed feeling kind of thing. Some ladies some ladies are like, they don't blame the men for going into soft guy era because of the ill treatment, or should I call it maltreatment, that men have been getting from women over the years, where a woman expects all these things from a man. You want the man to do everything for you. You don't want to do anything from the man for the man. You want the man to pay your bills. You want the man to do everything for you, but you don't have anything to offer. So some ladies are like, yes, we like the soft guy era. They deserve the soft guy era, and you guys need to pay them their dues. And let me just show you one video. Let's go.
All right, ladies. The men have decided if you can't beat them, join them. So drizzle to your sprinkle. Okay? At the end of the day, you told men that they were toxic just for being men. You told men that strength and macho behavior and all the rest of the things that come along with being a man, those things are all bad. Put them away. Okay. They said no problem. They have no problem being in their soft guy era. So I hope you're not concerned about who's going to be taking out the trash, because guys have decided you, princess, you get to take out the trash. And while we're talking about royalty, I hope you're not wanting to be a passenger princess, because these guys, they want that treatment too.
Yes.
Fair is fair, right? Anything you can do, they can do. All right, well, they've decided to match your sass, and now they're embracing it. So I hope that you get everything that you wanted, because ladies, y'all have created some monsters. Okay? So buckle up and enjoy the ride. I don't think it's ending anytime soon.
No.
Drizzle.
There you go.
You know what I have to say? Bob is risky 2.0.
Brother, we're going to be talking about this next week. We'll be talking about this next week. We're going to bring in Alice. Alice actually was part of this movement from before it started. Actually, you guys will hear about it next week. Don't worry. You'll hear about it next week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Let's see. We have a comment.
Too bad I won't be here next week. I have so much to say.
See, well, you Francis says you don't know it. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been nice having you guys on the show. It's been wonderful. We appreciate you. Livy's Kitchen, thank you very much for coming on board.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Stanley, sir, thank you very, very much.
It's a pleasure meeting you in Livy's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Same here, Miss. I mean, I've been seeing you for a while I watch at home.
Oh.
But it's nice getting
nice to meet you. Yeah.
So that's
Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the old school night on the 20th of April, 7 p.m. The ticket venue VIP is $50, VVIP is $100, table is $250. Yes, go get your table
and bring all your drizzle babies.
Bye bye. We're going.